Good evening and welcome to our information evening for incoming senior cycle for the coming academic year. This evening we will be sharing with you the various options and the different routes you can take as you progress through senior cycle education here at Mountmellick Community School. As you leave junior cycle, you are moving to a different phase of your education. You're moving to a phase where you are more responsible, more involved in the decision-making process, making decisions about subjects you would like to keep up and the different programs you'd like to pursue. As always, the staff of Mountmellick Community School are here to assist you in that journey, not just this evening, but in the coming days, weeks and months as your plans develop over time. This evening you will have presentations from both Ms. Shortall and Ms. Tehan to further develop your understanding of the avenues you can pursue and the choices that you can make. Without further ado, I will hand you over to that portion of the presentation.
Good evening. My name is Helen Shortall and I'm the Programme Coordinator, and I will be giving you a short presentation on transition year and on a new exciting programme that we are introducing for the first time in September, the Leaving Cert Applied.
You may be wondering whether transition year is for you. This presentation will give you a little bit more information and so that you can make an informed decision. Some reasons why you may choose to do TY may include some or even all of the following. You may be undecided or even unsure about what subjects to choose for the Leaving Cert. You might want a break from preparing for state exams. You may be too young or even feel you may be that little bit too immature to move into senior cycle. Maybe you might be unsure of your career path, and you may like time to develop new skills or have some fun while learning. Transition year is a one-year school-based programme between the junior and senior cycle. It's designed to act as a bridge between the two by facilitating the smooth transition from the more dependent learning of the junior cycle to the more independent, self-directed learning which is required for the senior cycle and the Leaving Certificate. Transition year provides the opportunity for students and the school to be innovative and creative with learning methods, as well as giving students a chance to develop numerous skills with a range of extracurricular activities. In Mountmellick Community School, we believe that transition year is the starting point for our students, which will see them academically achieve better in the Leaving Cert. We believe it gives our students a more rounded education, and it offers them a chance to mature and develop socially, intellectually and emotionally. It also enables them to explore options which would not otherwise be open to them. Transition year seems to have gained a reputation that it's simply a year to slack off and maybe relax between the Junior Cert and the Leaving Cert. But the Irish Second Level Student Union sees great value in the TY programme, in the skills and maturity gained from it, and that it also helps students determine what their path may be after school and what they need to do to follow it. A full report on the TY perceptions can be found on the Irish Second Level Student Union website. You may also have heard that TY is a DOS year. And yes, we would stand over that in Mountmellick Community School, that it is a DOS year. But our DOS stands for Developing Other Skills Sets. There is a lot of less pressure and homework on students, which gives them the opportunity to focus on other areas and developing other skill sets. In transition year, students have scheduled classes throughout the week. They have core subjects of Irish, English, maths, religion, well-being, career guidance, mini company, ICT and PE. They also will have a chance to sample each of the Leaving Cert subjects, which they will do so in 9-week blocks. Those subjects include DCG, engineering, construction, art, French, German, music, business, physics, ag science, chemistry, biology, accounting, home economics, history and geography. Other subjects will also be included, and a sample of those may be robotics and stage management and stage engineering. Additional speakers and workshops are added to the transition year timetable on a weekly basis. Other learning experiences in transition year in Mountmellick Community School have included driving school, first aid, the Gashka programme, photography, junkature, Chinese, self-defence, horse riding and many more. Work experience means exactly that. Working in an organisation and experiencing what it's like to be part of a work environment. In transition year, it's very important that a student applies to undertake work experience in an organisation in which they have a genuine interest. It's a highly valuable opportunity to gather information to make a truly informed decision about possible future career paths. It's important that it's not wasted for the sake of convenience or lack of adequate planning and preparation. Our work experience is compulsory and is very closely monitored. It happens every Thursday and there are 2 blocks. Block 1 is from September to December and Block 2 from January to May. But there are also opportunities throughout the year for placement for students. In the past, many of our students have gone on placements to the Law Society of Ireland, to theatre groups. They have gone to various university programmes for physics and engineering, to the Air Corps, to the Army and to the Guards. Many opportunities are available throughout the year for such work experience. As transition year is learning-led and not exam-driven, there is the opportunity to use a much wider variety of teaching methodologies. As with other year groups throughout the school, TY students are assigned homework. But as different methodologies are used when teaching and delivering the programme, the form that homework takes may vary. However, each student is expected to complete homework on time and to an appropriate standard. Each student must write a weekly reflection on their learning experiences throughout the year. There will also be project work, practical work, reports from employers, portfolio preparation throughout the year. Parents will receive reports twice yearly. There will be an end of year student presentation to the transition year team. And at the end of transition year, students will participate in a celebration of work ceremony. This is a celebration and acknowledgement of the work carried out during the year. Students display their individual and group work. They will give short presentations on a variety of work and activities that they have carried out, and certificates are presented and the Students of the Year awards are announced. There are many benefits to participating in the transition year programme. An ESI report stated that on average, students who take part in transition year achieve higher leaving certificate exam grades and are more likely to go on to higher education than non-participants. But also, transition year is a process of discovery. You will find out new strengths and talents that you may not already have been aware of. It will be an opportunity to increase your maturity and also your confidence. You will develop your team skills and your ability to work with others. You will find that you will be better equipped to choose your leaving cert subjects, having sampled each of the subjects that are available. You will experience firsthand the work environment and possibly be able to choose better your career paths for the future. You will also improve your social and communication skills. Throughout transition year, students are encouraged to not only evaluate the programme, but also what they are learning on a personal level. Dr. Jerry Jeffers, a lecturer from NUI Maynooth, has said, at third level, students who have missed out on transition year can be at a real disadvantage. Not only are they a year younger and therefore often less mature, they have also missed out on development of social and personal skills that can be taught in transition year. Emer Sinnott from Careers Portal has said that good academic qualifications may be important for the workplace, but other qualities such as communication skills, problem solving and teamwork, which can be developed in transition year, are just as vital. TY expenses for 2022-23 will remain at €490. A €100 deposit will be required on acceptance of a place, and stage payments will be available beginning in May. This €490 includes an overnight trip in Ireland, all speakers, courses, certificates, workshops, day trips, buses, and also the Gashka programme. We are aware that some families experience genuine financial difficulties and hardships, and in these cases, a partial expenses support may be applied for. This will be treated in a strictly confidential manner. For TY 2022-23, we are delighted to be able to offer an optional foreign tour, all going well, details of which will be given to successful students in due course. Classes are capped at 24 students in transition year. An application form and interview will form part of the selection process. For acceptance into transition year, the school must be of the opinion that a student is capable of benefiting from participating in transition year, and equally, that his or her participation will not prevent any other student or students from benefiting from participation. So take the time to talk it through and decide whether transition year is for you. If you have any queries, please email helen.shortall@mountmellickcs.ie. If any student wishes to apply for transition year, they can do so by filling in the form. The link for this form was sent to the student's school email address earlier this week. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch and to listen to this PowerPoint on transition year. Now we'll follow 2 videos about transition year from the perspective of last year's TY students, which they made during lockdown, and a parent, Nigel Gill, whose son and daughter both have completed the TY programme in MCS.
Hi everyone, my name is Zoe, and myself alongside a couple of other transition year students have come together just to film a short video that will hopefully help everyone in making an informed decision on whether they're going to do TY or not.
So going into TY, like you're not gonna know everybody that you're going in with. Like for the small section of you that can actually go in, there's not all your mates aren't going to be in there. Some of the people will be people in your class or your year that you haven't talked to. Like about half the people that were in TY when I was doing it actually weren't even in my class and haven't even got to talk to, like, and it's just nice to make new friends, like, so you're not, and I know it sounds terrible, but so you're not always with the same bunch of people, and it's better just to express yourself and be able to talk to different people for different things, because sometimes, like, you might not be able to talk to certain friends about certain things, but the new friends you meet in TY, you might actually have a better friendship with the people you meet in TY, and you actually get to talk to then the friends that you were willing to skip TY and do 5th year with. it's just an idea, but it's always an option there to be able to make new friends.
Hello everyone, my name is Tola and I was asked to talk about my decision to do TY. So my decision to do TY was very difficult for me because half my friends were doing it and half of them weren't. And I thought that if I decided to do TY, the ones that didn't, I wouldn't talk to them anymore. But really that's not the case. Like, you still talk to them and I'm still close with them as I was before. TY for me was a really good decision because the days are a lot different than what they used to be from first to third year. It's a lot more fun and exciting compared to like a fifth year day. There's no stress or there's no exams or any pressure put onto you. It's really like about growing as a person in yourself, and that's what it did for me. Like, I used to have a lot of social anxiety, whereas now I'm just more confident. So if you're like me, TY would really be a good decision to do it, and you don't have to worry about losing your friends because it just won't happen. Like, you're still in the same school, you still see them at lunchtime and break time, and you won't drift, because I know everybody says you will, but you just won't. So that's my little piece of advice if you're stuck between doing TY or not.
Hi, my name is Ailish.
And I'm Keelan, and today we're going to talk a bit about mini company.
Before you start, you must understand how small businesses run.
Then you choose your target market and base your product on them.
You need to then figure out what skills and supplies are needed to create this product.
You then order your supplies and make a prototype of your product.
You can create a survey and set up a social media platform to promote your mini company.
Or our group went around to different classes with our prototypes to see if anyone was interested and took down orders.
Learning from experience, we would advise not to take too many orders as you can run out of materials.
Make sure everyone in your group pulls their own weight because it will make working together a lot easier.
Mini company is a great learning experience.
We really enjoyed it and we hope you do too.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
One of the big things about transition year for me would be confidence. I used to be a person who wasn't confident at all. I'd always be afraid to try out new things. But then transition year really gave me the opportunity to come out of my shell and just find out what I'm good at and what I like, and just meeting all my new friends and getting to know everybody, and all the activities you do and the workshops really help you find who you are. If you're someone who struggles with confidence or you're always doubting yourself, transition year is really the way you should go. Just for yourself, you might be afraid to leave all your friends behind, but you need to look after yourself as well. And by doing transition year, it really helps you to look after yourself, and just, it's honestly such a good experience. You have such a good time if you do it, and I would really suggest it to anybody.
Hi third years, I just want to share this little poem I wrote about my experience of TY. I would 100% recommend doing it. My transition year poem. Transition year is such a blast, riddled with fun and loads of laughs. Art, constructions and metalwork too, not subjects I would normally do. Still, I get to try them out, in case for leaving cert I've any doubt. Too much to say if I said it all, I won't fit it in a poem so small. One thing I love about this amazing year, no one left out, shortage of friends is no fear. Yes, I would repeat it again and again. Experiences galore and little need for a pen. An opportunity this is, not to be missed. Road trips, projects, there's no end to the list.
Hi, my name is Kira and I'm going to be explaining some of the trips we've got to do so far in TY. We went to Lilliput where we did orienteering, canoeing, a bog run and loads of other team bonding activities. It was really fun and everyone was really helpful with one another during the bog run, and after we got to have hot chocolate, which was super nice. We also went to Castlecomer where we did zip lining, which was definitely a different experience for me, and we also did the octagon, which is like an obstacle course but at a height. It was really fun and everyone was really encouraging towards one another. We also went on a trip to Emo where we cycled to and back from Emo. We got to have ice creams before we went back, and we had a little picnic there too and we walked around. It was really fun and no one was left out that day.
And if that wasn't enough to convince you to do TY, hopefully...
Hello folks, my name is Nigel Gill and I've been asked to share with you about my children's experience of transition year from a parent's perspective. Obviously, the reason I am speaking with you is due to the fact that both Joshua and Jessica, my son and daughter, have benefited hugely from the experience. But I think it only fair that first I give you a little context to what was my understanding of transition year. Firstly, I am, believe it or not, of a vintage that transition year didn't exist when I was in school, so I had no experience of it. Secondly, the only opinion that I had ever heard voiced is the misconception that transition year was a DOS or a waste of a year. May I say at this point, that is completely untrue in the light of the experience we have had. Not only were our children continuously busy and flat out, but so were we. With both Joshua and Jessica, they both academically are honours students and have done very well in their respective junior certs. And there were those who suggested that they should not waste their time doing transition year in our family and friends. But we attended the transition year open night like this, as we had a concern that Joshua, well, he was unsure of what direction he wanted to take in life and what subjects he wanted to do. So as parents, we decided to enrol Joshua for transition year in the academic year of 2018 and 2019. It was the best decision we ever made. Let me repeat that. It was the best decision we ever made. With the assistance of the TY staff, Joshua enrolled in every college open day he could attend, every course that was available, sometimes being in a college for a full week. This in itself was an excellent journey of discovery, getting a taste of what commuting to college would be like and having a taster of various courses, and slowly as parents we started to receive feedback. Joshua is the type of person who immerses himself into everything. And so when he started to come back to us, saying that there were certain courses that he didn't want to do, we knew this was a worthwhile experience. And so Josh started to remove those from his wish list. At the end of the year, he was focused, hitting fifth year, with a very clear vision of what he wanted to do, what subjects he required, what points he needed, what grades he was aiming for. And he hit fifth year all guns blazing. So again, there is another misconception that students will find it difficult to get back into study. This was not our experience. So in his case, I cannot praise or thank transition year enough for the transformation that took place in his life in that 12 months. So what am I saying to you as a fellow parent? This is what I am saying. Is it not better that your son or daughter have the opportunity before entering fifth year to discover what they want to do, discover their path, and take that year out prior to fifth year before ending up in college in a course that they thought they wanted but don't, at great financial expense to yourself and a loss of direction for your child? Something worth thinking about. In Jessica's case, transition year we knew was going to be affected by COVID-19, but that didn't stop us enrolling her. Jess is the ultimate academic, and in her case, transition year has really drawn her out of her comfort zone, has taken her away from her books and got her involved in, well, real life. And she would tell us that for her, transition year was a growing and a maturing experience that she needed. Even though Jessica wasn't able to go to the colleges and courses like Josh, she still signed herself up for online open days and courses to discern her direction. And as a result of the year, she has clear goals and subject choices in mind that weren't there post-junior cert. I've only touched on the role transition year has put upon my children in regard to their focus, subject choice, character development, exploration of their future career, and return to normal academic studies in fifth year with a passion, drive and a clarity only transition year can give. I could talk with you at length about all those experiences and much more in greater detail, but time won't allow. If you at this moment are wondering whether you should or shouldn't enter your son or daughter into transition year, and this is a completely new dilemma for you, as it was for us, here is my advice from our experience. Go for it. And encourage your son or daughter to immerse themselves and to avail of every opportunity transition year affords to explore their future. Let me remind you, I started this journey as a parent, as I said, with no knowledge of what transition year was about and only a misconception. Now I believe transition year shouldn't be an option. It should be an essential year for the development of every son or daughter. That's all I've got to say at this moment. So thank you. I hope I've been of help.
The Leaving Certificate Applied, or LCA, is a different way of getting a secondary school qualification. In this presentation, I will show you what the LCA is, who it is for, its structure, how it's graded, and the future opportunities that it offers. What is the Leaving Certificate Applied? It is a distinct, self-contained, 2-year leaving certificate aimed at preparing students for adult and working life. It emphasises forms of achievement and excellence which the established Leaving Cert has not recognised in the past. So who is the LCA for, or who would benefit the most? Well, those who would benefit the most are students who are not adequately catered for by the other Leaving Certificate programme. The traditional Leaving Cert has big all or nothing exams at the end of 2 years. This all or nothing model can be very stressful for some, and it also doesn't represent for others a real world learning experience. I spoke to some 5th year LCA students in a nearby school, and I asked them why they chose LCA over the traditional Leaving Cert. Some of their answers included they wanted to do LCA because it was a more active course and was very different from the traditional Leaving Cert. They felt that there were more opportunities in LCA and liked the idea of continual assessment. They loved the idea of doing projects and assignments. They thought it would help them more about life. They liked doing the project work and independent research, the continuous assessment. And what they liked about it was the fact that you got credits as you went along, and they liked doing the tasks and the assignments. The rationale or reasons behind the LCA are that they prepare students for adult and working life. It recognises the talents of all students. It promotes communication and decision-making skills. And it applies knowledge and skills to the solution of real problems. There are 3 different elements of LCA. First is vocational preparation. The second is vocational education. And the third is general education. LCA is broken up into 4 separate sessions. Sessions 1 and 2 in 5th year, and sessions 3 and 4 in 6th year. The subjects you can do in LCA are a bit different. There is vocational preparation and guidance, English and communications, maths, introduction to ICT,
vocational specialisms. There are 2 of those, which I will outline in a moment. Arts education, languages, leisure and recreation, social education, and elective modules. The school will pick 2 vocational specialisms from the following list: agriculture or horticulture, childcare or community care, graphics and construction, craft and design, engineering, hair and beauty, hotel, catering and tourism, office administration and customer care, and technology. Over the 2 years in LCA, you can get a maximum of 200 credits. Satisfactory completion of modules is worth 62 credits. 7 student tasks are 70 credits. And final examinations are 68 credits, equaling 200 credits or 100%. For satisfactory completion of modules, this means having at least 90% attendance and completing continuous assessments called key assignments in all subjects. You will then receive 62 credits or 31% of your entire Leaving Cert applied. Then you add 7 student tasks that are 70 credits or 35% in total. The 7 tasks are done over the 2 years. A task is a substantial piece of work, about 10 hours of activity. Each student produces a report on their tasks, and it is corrected and marked by an external examiner. And the student is usually interviewed by the examiner for around 5 minutes. Then, at the end of the 2 years, you do your final exams. You do exams in English and communications, 2 in the chosen vocational specialisms, 2 in language, 1 in social education, 1 in maths. And this all adds up to 68 credits. So, when you add the 3 different sections together, the satisfactory completion of modules, the 7 student tasks, the final examinations, you have 200 credits. Certification is awarded at 3 different levels. Pass is 60 to 69% or 120 to 139 credits. Merit is 70 to 84% or 140 to 169 credits. And distinction is 85% or higher. This is 170 to 200 credits. Note, you will need 60% to pass. With Leaving Cert applied, you will qualify at QQI level 4. With the traditional Leaving Cert, you qualify at QQI level 5. Opening up your future. You can go from LCA straight to work. You can go to an apprenticeship and then to work. You can go to further education, to a PLC course. And from the PLC course, you can go to further and higher education. The possibilities are endless. Please note that with the Leaving Certificate applied, you cannot go straight to higher education. Some comments from graduates of the Leaving Certificate applied. It gave me a boost of confidence in myself and helped me communicate better with others. It taught me about hidden talents and skills that I had, and it set me on the right career path. I think it matures you a bit more, and it really prepares you
for when you leave school. I really loved the 4 sessions of work experience. You also get to learn more about yourself and what you're capable of doing. It was my foundation and helped me become what I am today. The Leaving Certificate Apply programme increases students' self-confidence, it boosts their self-esteem, it finds and promotes students' talents. There is lots of work experience which helps to discover students' chosen career. The Leaving Certificate Apply programme is a different way, yes, but for many, it's a better way. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this presentation. If you have any queries, please don't hesitate to contact me. My email address is helen.shortall@mountmellickcs.ie. If your son or daughter wishes to apply for LCA, they can do so by filling in the form. The link for this form was sent to their school email address earlier this week.
Hello, my name is Joanne Tehan and I'm the School Guidance Counsellor, and I will be talking to you tonight about the Leaving Cert Established programme. So that is for students who will go directly into 5th year. I would like to begin by informing you about the Leaving Certificate Established programme, otherwise known as the traditional Leaving Cert. It is a 2-year programme, so it spans over 5th year and 6th year. Students complete 7 subjects, so Irish unless exempt, English and Maths, along with 4 option subjects which they choose prior to commencing 5th year. An 8th subject, Link Modules, is part of the Leaving Cert vocational programme, and some students with a particular combination of subjects will qualify for a place in LCVP. We will come back to telling you and informing you about LCVP at a later stage. All subjects are of equal importance. Some students may decide to consider sitting an 8th subject and studying an 8th subject outside of school. However, I would advise that you would think very carefully about this, as each Leaving Certificate subject is quite extensive and requires commitment and huge work throughout 5th and 6th year. It is understandable that there will be a significant jump from junior cycle to senior cycle, and other subjects could potentially suffer if the student's workload is too great. For points purposes, only your best 6 subjects are counted and tallied at the end of Leaving Cert completion. In 2017, the Department of Education launched a new grading scale system for Leaving Certificate points. Now, the grading scale system has 8 separate grades, and as you can see, that begins at a H1. H stands for higher level, whereas the O stands for ordinary level. So it begins at a H1 or an O1, which awards students marks for 90 to 100%, and they go the whole way down there to a H8, which is less than 30. What's new about this new point system is that students are now awarded points for getting between 30 and 40%, which is now a H7, something new that didn't happen before. This new student-friendly system means that students now succeed if they get 30% or more in a higher level subject. So the department decided to incentivise sitting higher level subjects and as many higher level subjects as possible in the Leaving Cert. As you can see, a student who gets an equivalent of an O3, which would be between 70% and 80% or higher, will get the equivalent points at 37 as a student who will get 30% in higher level. For those who achieve less than a H7 or an O6 in ordinary level, get 0 points. Another new addition with the new Leaving Cert point system is that Students who sit higher level maths and those who get higher than 40% receive an extra 25 points. So again, this is the department's way of acknowledging the hard work that is involved in higher level maths and to adapt to the skills shortage in the country in the area of STEM, so science, technology, engineering and maths, to encourage as many young people to sit higher level maths as possible. And in doing so, if they get greater than 40%, they achieve an extra 25 points. Similarly, for LCVP, the grades that are awarded for the programme are 66 points for a distinction, 46 points to achieve a merit, and 28 points to achieve a pass. In terms of subject levels, we have higher and ordinary level available in all subject areas. Foundation level is available only in maths and Irish. Particular care must be given with maths, as achieving less than a H7 or an O6 in this subject can be detrimental to some options after the Leaving Certificate. So as I mentioned previously, students complete their Irish, English, maths and 4 optional subjects. Some colleges and courses will have a demand for desirable subjects, such as for those who wish to attend an NUI course or join the cadets with the Irish Defence Forces. A modern language, so French and German for example, will be needed for entry purposes. Similarly, many courses require a laboratory science subject also. The current subjects that we offer in Mountmellick Community School include the following. So in terms of business, we have business and accounting. We have 4 science subjects available: biology, physics, chemistry and agricultural science. We have 2 modern languages, French and German. And we have 4 applied sciences or practical subjects: home economics, social and scientific, construction studies, which was once woodwork at junior cycle, design and communication graphics or DCG, which was once techgraph or technical graphics at junior cycle, and engineering, which was once metalwork at junior cycle. We then have 4 social studies or humanities subjects, including history, geography, music and art. 90% of students in our school received their top 4, if not 3 subjects at least. Should you wish to get additional information about subjects, courses or college, you can source this information at the websites available on the screen. So careersportal.ie, qualifax.ie, cao.ie, curriculum.ie/NCCA, or equally if you head to the guidance section on the school website, mountmellickcommunityschool.ie, you will get lots of relevant information which should help support your choices. I would like to take this opportunity to bring entry requirements to your attention. So in choosing Leaving Certificate subjects, great care must be taken, as the choices of subjects made now may determine third level and career options in 2 years' time. Why? Regardless of how many points you get in your Leaving Cert, you will be ineligible to even apply for a course if you have not met its college or course entry requirements. So for example, entry requirements for University of Limerick, for instance, require needing 2 subjects at higher level, where the student would achieve a H5 or higher, which is 50% or more, plus 4 additional subjects at a minimum grade of H7, 30% or more, or an O6, 40% or more. And that is to gain access and entry to the college. Whereas you also have to consider the course entry requirements. So for example, to study primary school teaching, students require higher level Irish and achieve a minimum grade of a H4, which is 60% or higher. If a student meets the college entry requirements but fails to meet the course requirements, so for example in the area of primary teaching, if the student achieves a H5, they will unfortunately not have met the entry requirements for that course and that programme. Similarly, to study veterinary science, a student will be required to have a minimum of a H5, which is 50% or more, in chemistry. It is unlikely that third year and transition year students will know exactly at this stage what courses or careers they wish to pursue. They might have a general idea, and in that case, it is important to discuss with them their broad areas of interest so that they can check out the potential course and college entry requirements in advance of making their selection. Students should be careful to try to pick a balance between learning and understanding and doing and project subjects or practical subjects. Students should be aware of balancing their subjects, which will help to maximize their points, versus subjects which will also be of benefit to them in the future. Some general advice for students in particular who have no idea what they would like to do in the future, that would be to choose a broad range of subjects. Many students will change their minds about their future and about their career paths a number of times between now and the end of sixth year. So, for example, the following is what a broad range of subjects may look like. So the student might keep on a modern language from junior cycle, French or German, and that is to keep options open for third level. They may choose to keep on a science subject. They may also choose, for example, a business subject, or equally a humanities or an applied science or practical subject. And a combination like that would allow them access into a broad range of courses and careers. I do advise that you sit down with your sons and daughters and you take the time to discuss the following questions before making their subject selection. So number one there is, what subjects are the school offering? And are they the subjects that the student requires? Number two, if I'm interested in a particular course and career area, what subjects are essential for them to do? So what are the college and course entry requirements? If not essential, what subjects will be useful or helpful for this course or career area? It is equally important that students take the time to think, what subjects do I like? If a student is interested in the subject, they are more likely to be motivated to do their homework, to be attentive in class, to ask questions, and to have a general interest in the subject, which ultimately will mean they will succeed quite well in that area. Also, I advise not to choose subjects based on friends, what the friends are doing, and based on the teacher, because there's no guarantee that your friends will be in your classes, or equally that you will have that teacher in senior cycle. It's important that students consider their strengths and that they would reflect on, what are they naturally good at? What are some of the subjects that come a little bit easier to them than others? Another point to consider is the skills shortages in the country at the moment, and certainly in the area of STEM, science, technology, engineering and maths, languages and trades and apprenticeships. There is not enough graduates and labourers in these areas in the country, and therefore qualified professionals with these skills are in demand. Finally, that's the end of my presentation. I thank you so much for your attentiveness and listening throughout the presentation. If you have any questions, or if you would like clarity on anything that I have said throughout, please do not hesitate to contact me. You will get me at the school number there on the slide, or equally if you email joanne.tehan@mountmellickcs.ie, I will come back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much again. Best of luck with your decision making, and I will hand you back to Mr. Curtin.
Now that you have had the opportunity to review all of the options, all of the various subjects, all the various programs, and all of the information, it is absolutely essential that you take time to review all of this content. Rewatch this presentation in your own time, discuss it with your family, discuss it with your friends, and most importantly, discuss it with your teachers and various staff members here in Mountmellick Community School. As outlined earlier, We need you to make the best decision for you so we can assist you to get the best education in senior cycle here in our school. In the coming days or weeks, if you have any queries, feel free to pick up the phone and give us a call or send any queries by email to office@mountmellickcs.ie. In the meantime, good night and God bless.